Hello. I do 3D printing and I have a CO2 laser and I wanted to do some testing. I have been able to do text on the laser on 3D printed parts like this here. The problem is that it's not very high contrast. Now this is small. This is only 7.5, a 7.5 point text. So fairly small, but that's usually what I want is some small text. So what I did here as a test is I printed 2 layers of PLA, or I should say 2 colors of PLA, 2 layers each color. So this is 4 layers total at 0.2 millimeter layer height. So 0.8 millimeter layer height total on this. And this was my very first test. Now I use a 60 watt CO2 laser. This was 200 speed at 22 power. And it looks fine. But it's not high contrast. You pull it away a little bit, you can barely see it. I was trying to get the black to show through. So I kept upping the strength, and by the time I got to where you could see black, where my thumb is here, it was also kind of cutting through. Now, yeah, I could, do thicker and all of that, but I just don't think that it's going to work. So I went the other way. Now this, while doing the low test, again, looks okay. It didn't really show through the white. I kept going down and kept going down. This one here was 200 at 34 power. But then I started doing larger shapes like these squares and circles and stuff, and they just don't look that great. They look dirty, if you will. So it's a little bit of a failed. Now what I'm doing now, not that this is ideal, but I took the same piece, another new one, and I taped over the black side, and then I went through it, and you probably can't even see the smallest one, but there's a little tiny one down there, and I spray painted it white afterwards. Now it's still wet, so I haven't taken this off yet, but I can see I'll have to do another coat on this. But this isn't ideal, The whole point of the laser was to make adding text super simple and easy, and without swapping filaments all the time and stuff like that, and without having it either, sticking above the surface, which is easy to do on a 3D printer, but small text, the 3D printers don't like to do. That's why I went smaller and smaller on here. Now that the top one is 7.5 point, the next one is 5 point, and the one below that is only 2.5 point font. So anybody that knows fonts will know that that's really, really small. So if anybody has a way to engrave on PLA prints that shows high contrast, meaning that, 3 or 4 feet away you can see it real easy and read it. Like, that's about 3 feet away, and it's not really readable, and this one just doesn't look good enough to do. If I was going to do it, I would do it this way with the black on top, going through the white. Now, of course, I could test 100 colors and everything, but this was just a quick test that I thought of late last night, and so when I got up today, I decided to do it. But if anybody has any suggestions for making laser engraved PLA more prominent, make it stand out. See, that lettering right there is just so crisp and clean. I can't do it that clean on the printer itself, not unless I get a micro-sized nozzle. But if anybody has a better technique for this to make it show up, let me know down in the comments, and maybe point me in the right direction if you know of a video, or let me know if there's a Reddit or forum somewhere discussing this. And appreciate it. And give me a thumbs up if you like this, or if it's even interesting to you. If I get enough interest, I may do more testing, like with thicker layers, especially the bottom layers, just to see if I can get through the layer without causing complete burn through. I did find it interesting, though, that the power settings that burned through on the white, meaning it burned all the way through the black, was just barely enough to see traces of the white on this side. So it took more power to get through the black PLA. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.